were so quiet. It's good, it's good. I was just in Holland for 2 weeks, and they were so quiet every night. It was like church. And they took notes. No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. They took notes. It was one of the most charming things I've ever seen at the merge table.
Was there a quiz?
I didn't think there was a quiz or a test, but they all took notes, and they came up and they checked their notes at the merge table. It was the sweetest thing I ever saw. The last gig was actually in a church, and I had to walk through a 500-year-old graveyard to get to the stage. It was 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, and I was singing all these Waylon Jennings songs. I know, it was rough. It was the hardest gig I've ever done. It was kind of like a Monty Python skit. And they were very old. And I was looking out at the gravestones over their heads. I know, and I thought, I finally said, you know, these are Saturday night songs, so I feel a little uncomfortable singing them on Sunday in the church. Oh my goodness. They didn't seem to get the humor. They did ask me to speak English just a little bit slower and stop singing so loud. It was a tough gig. All right, well, we're going to make this show up as we go. So this is a song, this is a new song. I haven't recorded it yet. And, well, here it goes. It's called Wasted Time. Tell me, baby, think I did all my wasted time. Tell me, baby, what you think I do with all my wasted time. Spending, loving you. Tell me, baby, think I did with all my wasted time. Tell me, baby, what you think I do with all my wasted time. Spend all loving you. Help me, baby, square old shame me wasting life. Help me, baby, with the square old goals, it's a shame me wasted life. Sweet love, loving you. And I spend all my time, I spend all my times, squeeze your lovely limes, look for words that are with you. Tell me, baby, think I did with all my wasted time. Tell me, baby, what you think I do with all my wasted time. Spending, loving you. Spending, loving you. Spending, loving Brady and I were rehearsing in the cabin earlier, and he just brought the sticks up and was playing on this thing, and we thought that sounded so good that we should just do the show that way. It was kind of great.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, here's a song from the Geronimo record, and it's still one of my favorite of my catalog. Here you go. Well, here I stand, judged by the bad man with a feather in his hand. I traded his misspent youth for my medicines. God, thank you very much. And then split and left me with the chair. But I feel so bad, feel so asking to see my inner self. He's looking at the books right on the shelf. As I point out diagram 42, yeah, line 17. It's a graph of intent, baby. Is this what you want? And I feel so bad, feel so sad. You know, I told me that I would. I never learned nothing but the hard way. 'Cause at the time it felt so good. Yeah, I know the sky. Yeah, more fictitious characters inhabiting the earth. Misplacing value and finding earth. Long equal silence to be jacked and fist. Too tired to investigate their war-torn senses. But I feel so bad, feel so sad. You know, I told me that I would. I never learned nothing but the hard way. 'Cause at the time it felt so good. Train, rolling around the bend. Train, alright, rolling around the bend. Well, it took my baby away from me. When I heard that whistle blow, it was the middle of the night. When I got down to the station, train was pulling out of sight. The street train, rolling around the bend. Train, alright, rolling around the bend. Well, that long black train took my baby again. So I headed down to New Orleans to see what do I know. Turns out not very much. Oh, the river told us so. Well, no surprise, all this I already knew. You can run, you can never hide when the river comes for you. And I feel so bad, feel so sad. You know, I told me that I would. I never learned nothing but the hard way. 'Cause at the time it felt so good. We may have also, we may or may not have been watching Batman while we were rehearsing. Got pretty dark there, watching Batman. I honestly didn't see much of Batman, but I don't know. It was definitely on. Okey-dokey. The only problem with this setup is I can't quite reach my line just right now. It's a little far out of reach, and it's going to involve a little yoga move.
Oh!
Hey!
Hey!
Hello, everybody.
All right. You've met Brady Blades. Yes, you have. All righty. Well, last year I put a record of all Waylon Jennings songs out. Yes, inadvertently, and I spent the entire pandemic with Waylon Jennings, so it was fantastic. It was brilliant, really. It was the best decision I ever made. kept the pandemic from being completely pandemic-y. And you know, I was scared shitless when I was very bold until I stood up at the microphone the first day in the studio to make the record. And I thought, the first day I stood up at the microphone, I thought, this is the dumbest thing I've ever decided to do. And then when we finished recording, I thought, no, this is brilliant. I love this. But I was down. They were big shoes to sort of swim in. This is my favorite song on the record. There's a lot of great songs on the record, but this is also one that Waylon wrote. Waylon only wrote about a third of his songs. He ascribed to the theory that may the best song win, and I think that's a very good, I like that position, because not every song you write is good, or as good as something else, so there's great songs out there that should live forever, and this is one of them. Ready? Brady was born ready. You can never, there's no moment where Brady's not ready. Love that. That's it. This time, you want me to come back, it's up to you. But remember, I won't allow the things you used to do. Gonna have to toe the mark and walk the line. This time will be the last. This time, if I should feel unwanted, I won't stay. Each tomorrow will depend on the love you give today. It's all up to you, but keep it in mind. This time will be the last time. This time should be anything like the other time. This time will be the last time. Yes, this is gonna have a little magic sauce. Hey, I'd like to invite Bukka Allen up to the stage. Is he here? There he is. Bukka's gonna come play a little accordion. All right. Hi. Seeing you involves a yoga move, but
I know you're there.
I can hear you. Good thing I did my yoga today. You know, the yoga studio is right behind the pool deck. So I felt a little silly watching all y'all out there drinking your beers and having fun. I was in there doing my yoga. It was good though. All right, well, this is a song from the Black Irish record that I did with Rodney Crowell. And, yeah. Well, I love this song very much. And, here you go. That's how it goes. smile till you know it's how they make you feel dumb. You wanna beat them to the punch. You wanna trust every hunch. 'Cause in the mirror there's a girl that's trying to make it in the world. Woman, we like the wild winds sway for your Magdalene and your Jezebel. Woman, we for your sisters don't let the names live on with a precious more. Then one day you turn a corner, find your down goes backward. Oh, dismissing them blind, sway your sanity light. So you come through fire, set your sights higher, find a merciful moon, not a moment too soon. Woman, like the wild winds sway for your Magdalene, yeah, your Jezebel. Woman, for your sisters don't let the names live on with a precious more. Let the names live on with a precious more. All right. Well, when we were making the Black Irish record, Rodney and I had talked about making that record for a few years before we finally made it. And when we got real close to making the record, he recommended a song by Susanna Clark. And which, you know what, in most venues I would go into a long description of who Susanna Clark was. But in this particular venue, I'm going to skip to the punchline, which is really nice. So this is a song of Susanna's that she wrote for Towns. Here you go. He's a black-haired boy, chances entitled to take. It's one of the hearts that's too late to break. I've seen him be sad and never know why. I've seen him fall down the line, stand up to cry. He's looking for hope. He's scared to find himself lady beside him, strung on white wine. Some lady beside him, strung on white wine. Some lady beside him, strung on white wine. Thank you very much. All right. Such a beautiful song, and I love singing it every night. And I do sing it every night, too. How about that? How about them apples? Hey, y'all having a good time out on the cruise? Yeah! Good, because there really is no reason not to have a good time on this cruise. I'd be a little worried about you if you were grumpy up in your cabin. Well, when are you happy? You know. All right, well, here's another song from, I'm throwing this one at Brady, too. Here's another song from the Geronimo record. I cut this song a number of times. First time I cut this song was with my friend Neil Cassell, and it was just his birthday the other day. We lost him a few years ago, but, you know, we don't really die, so it's okay. I'll sing this for him right now.
Whatever you want.
Lord, I'd like to find myself trapped in some desert town with you, just me and you. My long black hair waving and driving, me waving at you, my lover from some ancient balcony. Like a thirsty vision I see you, and you're gone. Where could you run? Come back, come back, come back. But you're gone to California. It's just nothing making me blue. Why else would I see you today? I'm not in some desert town and you're not there with me. I'm on the ground in NYC. The sea of perpetual motion, I said I never seen. That's alright, I wasn't tired anyway. That was so close, can't clear. Thought I had nothing to fear. You'd be on a plane and you'd be gone. like to find myself trapped. Some desert town waiting, just me and you, just me and you.
Yeah.
All right.
Work. Social.
Okay. Well, I lived in New Orleans for 5 years. Yeah. I thought that was my final resting place for a little while. But then Hurricane Katrina happened, and we moved. Had to. So, hold on, what's happening? And I ended up in North Mississippi. I don't really know how to sit on this stool. I saw Bonnie Raitt about 6 months ago, and she can sit on a stool like nobody I've ever seen. And I wish I'd taken a picture of it, because I don't know what she was doing, but it was perfect. And I thought, how did she practice that? She's done that. That's pure experience right there. She knows how to sit on a stool and play guitar. Anyway, I'm working on it. Her set was just magnificent at the Ryman. One of the most beautiful things I ever saw. But anyway, I did. I moved to North Mississippi, and they play very loud guitar there. Which was really nice, because they drink a lot of moonshine, and they play a lot of guitar, and really they're volume junkies is what they are. The first thing that happened when I was in a live environment was somebody just went right over to my amp, and by the end of the night, all the knobs were on 10. They'd have gone to 11 if they went to 11, but you couldn't get loud enough. Couldn't get drunk enough, couldn't get loud enough. And I don't live there anymore. I moved to Nashville, and you can definitely get drunk enough and loud enough and out of tune enough in Nashville. But you can't in Mississippi. It's a polar opposite, really. Yeah. And neither one of them are entirely wrong. Anyway, I wrote some songs with a friend of mine named Gary Burnside, and Gary is the youngest of R.L. Burnside's 13 children. Which, he did it the old-fashioned way. They all have the same mama. So, they're just like the Irish, the Catholics. They're not Catholics, they're Baptists, but they're Catholics. They just have lots of babies. I'm from New York. I'm allowed to talk about Catholics and Protestants. I'm also Irish. My father was baptized twice, one of each. They could not decide. 1943 in New York City, there was a little war going on. But anyway, that's got nothing to do with this story. The story is that I moved to North Mississippi, and I was singing a lot of songs with the Burnsides, and I wrote the song with Gary Burnside, who might be my favorite of the bunch. He's one of the most beautiful guitar players in the state of Mississippi. And here it goes. Let's see how this goes. I drank the it'd be hot up here. Hey, would Charlie Sexton like to come to the stage and join us? This tour has been, it's been so, I mean, this, you know, this cruise is so incredible for artists because we get to see all the people that we love for more than like 15 minutes coming and going in and out of the club. And we're actually all here for a few days, and you might see them in the coffee line. I stood behind David Hidalgo waiting for his eggs this morning. That made my day. Although no, Shannon, don't talk to him. It's the first thing in the morning. Just leave him alone. But I was kind of like, oh, hey, he's getting eggs too. That's so cool. All right. Yes. Yeah. All right. This whole thing is still a work in progress. We were going to take this on the road. I would have to work out this seating arrangement. I don't know. I'm kind of working with it. It's not bothering me too much. It's just, it's good. But let's do a couple more of these Waylon songs. I have to tell you my Billy Joe Shaver story because we're here and it's a Billy Joe Shaver song. But I met Billy Joe Shaver at dawn at the Alamo. Where else would you meet him, really? I mean, if you had to meet him for the first time somewhere, at dawn at the Alamo would kind of be the place to meet him. I had a friend named Reverend Goat Carson, who has since passed on to the great beyond. But Reverend Goat Carson called me when I was living in New Orleans, and he said, and Reverend Goat Carson was one of those people who, like, 50% of the time was completely full of malarkey, and the other 50% of the time was dead on, awesome, accurate, and shaman, pure shaman. But the other 50% of the time there was a little bit of malarkey going on, because prayer sessions had to be done naked. So I said, well, I don't pray. I'm sorry, dude. I'll be back. But I know he tried. But he called me one day. He wore all red leather, head to toe, no shirt, little red leather vest, and you could see all his bones, and he's real skinny, and he had long hair, and he wore all this mojo around his neck, and he was just perfect in so many ways. And he called me up one day, he said, Shannon, I have a situation. And I said, what's up, Goat? He said, well, my friend Kinky Friedman is going to run for governor of Texas. And he's announcing his gubernatorial campaign at dawn at the Alamo on Wednesday. And I said, well, what's wrong with that? That sounds like fun. He says, well, I need a ride. And I said, well, you know, it's a long drive from New Orleans to San Antonio. Are you asking me to take you? And he said, yes, I am. And I said, well, all right, I'll take you, because that kind of sounds like fun. So I took him, and, you know, we all got up at dawn. We got there the night before. We got up at dawn, and we went to the Alamo. Across the street, we're in the hotel right there, in the plaza. And Kinky did his thing on the Don Imus show at dawn at the Alamo. And it was the first time I'd been to the Alamo, so it was kind of exciting. And then we all went inside for cake and donuts and coffee. And I thought the day had peaked, really. And really, I mean, how could it get better than that? Except there was this tall, handsome gentleman in the back of the room with long white hair and all denim shirt and denim pants. And he was smiling at me, and smiling at me, and smiling at me, and smiling at me, and smiling some more. And eventually he walked over and said, you're as cute as a warm cuddle pup on a red wagon. Would you like a donut? I said, yes. You remember that one? Write that one down, baby.
How many people here have been on this cruise a few years? Remember the year that Billy Joe was supposed to be on it and he didn't go? Why is it on it? And they called me and go, how was it? Go, well, it was fun, but Billy Joe didn't come. And I was like, what happened? He goes, well, he drove all the way here from Waco with the band. He got to the dock, he fired the band, he got back in the truck and drove home. I said, well, That's what you get when you book an outlaw on the fucking outlaw cruise. I was impressed, personally. Highly professional.
I tried to hire Billy Joe one time. Me and Ramsey Midwood.
Oh yeah.
We tried to bring him. We called him. We made him a deal. And we said, hey, how about you come to Austin and we'll back you up. We'll pay you, a few $1,000s. We'll pick you up at the door. We'll be the band. We will bring you home after the show. You only got to play 10 songs. And it would seem to be going all right for a little while. And then he called back and said, oh shit, I'd rather pay a few $1,000s not to have to do this goddamn.
You looked at me. Yeah.
Well,
Too shy.
So. Long ago and far away, in my common laboring shoes, I turned the world all which way, just because you asked me to. I come to no other field, simple love, simple truth. There's no end to what I do, just because you asked me to. Let the world call me a fool, but things are right with me and you. That's all that matters, and I'll do anything you ask me to. Knowing how much I love you, and after all that I've been through, I'll turn and walk away from you, because you asked me to, but I hope you never do. Let the world call me a fool, but things are right with me and you. That's all that matters, and I'll do anything you ask me to. Let the world call me a fool, but things are right with me and you. That's all that matters, and I'll do anything you ask me to.
Every time Billy Joe comes up, I said, we better do our best or he's going to come back and whoop us.
It's true. Well, I don't know how else to follow that except maybe with a Howlin' Wolf song. What do you think? All right. I'm still working out this sitting arrangement. I'm getting there. All right. Well, it goes like this. the less I figure, I've been trying to, I could never make a decision between country and blues. So I'm just gonna do both. Fuck it. I ain't picking a side, goddammit. There's nothing there. They are the same. It's the same 12 notes. Well, that was really fun. That was really, really fun. All right. Y'all doing all right? I know you have lots of places you could otherwise be, so thank you very much for being here with us right now. We got a couple more songs for you, a few more songs. How are we doing on time? I have no sense of time whatsoever.
Our dear friend, the captain of the Hook, Miss Captain Hook.
20 minutes.
Oh, 20 minutes. All right.
Yeah.
That's good. Let's go right ahead on to All These Blues. What do you think? I think so. I think we should do 4 songs. All right, let's do All These Blues. I don't know. Hey, I don't know. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So I would like to thank Terry Allen for being the reason that I'm actually here this week. Yes. He's one of my favorite human beings that I've ever met on planet Earth. Joe Harvey too. And I'd like to thank them for having me out here this weekend, and I'd like to thank the Outlaw Crews for having me in general and playing the shit out of that Waylon Jennings record and giving me a reason to live. Okay? I'll let you start it. All These Blues.
Gotcha.
Love letters hidden under the bed. Silence never meant to be read. Oh, makes me blue. Memories linger, but they don't last. Some days just come too fast. Oh, they break like that. Reflections seem to live and die. Just can't find a reason why all these blues go walking by. This song playing on the radio, melancholy as the one before. Hold your ground, it all comes around again. Lord knows it comes and goes, moving fast, moving slow. Just lay 'em all down, 'cause it's the same old blues. Memories linger, but they don't last. Some days just come too fast. Oh, they break like that. Reflections seem to live and die. Just can't find Yoga. All right, let me check the tuning on my new tuner.
You know, the last time I remember seeing Billy Joe with you, sorry, I can't. She was telling us through that, I just had like a million things popping in my head. I'm like, just be quiet. But I remember we walked up and we were at lunch, and he was back there going, I looked at Billy Joe. He was in the middle. He was hospitable, and he was in the middle of hospitable and something else. But I remember he said, hey, Billy Joe, it's good to see you. He goes, well, it's better to be seen than viewed. And it ends up he was right, but you know, he was always good for
A
some
good line,
perspective.
yes. Well, that's why he was going to be the poet laureate of Texas. Kiki Freeman that won the gubernatorial campaign.
That's another story. I got the
There will be no declawing of cats in the state of Texas. Which I completely agree with. You know, I have no reason to declaw a cat. Don't do it. It's not nice. All right, well, we have a few more songs for you, and this has been so incredibly pleasant. I just want to say thank you very much for having us. You want to try this? You want to do any place to talk?
Oh, yeah. See. Oh, yeah. That's the funny thing about songs and how they kind of travel around and your friends know them and they just kind of get passed along. Rewritten or just shared. And we did this song because we were making a little record together. Without the details of it, we needed some other songs. And she's like, well, I think that it would be a shame if we didn't do a town song. And I said, okay. I was just thinking in my head real quick, like, I said, oh, I know. And it just so happened that a year or two before that, Butch Hancock had done, and I was aware of the song, but I had a CDs before I was figured out you could actually find out things without going in my truck. Anyway, Butch had given me the song because we played together at a town center. And so in a roundabout way, we kind of learned it from Butch.
All right.
Not really, but...
Thanks, Butch. I appreciate it. I'll let you play it. How about that?
Do it.
All right. I'll ghost you. Yeah. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. If I had no place to fall, and I needed to, could I count on you to lay me down? And I never tell no lies, I don't believe it's right. You got pretty, won't you spin me round? Ain't much of a lover, it's true. Here, there, I'm gone, and I'm forever blue. But I'm sure the skies will Won't you take my hand? If I had no place to fall, then I needed to. Could I count on you to lay me down? All right, yeah. That was really fun. Y'all gonna have to sit through this for a second while I retune, which is the worst thing in the world. And I do apologize in advance.
But it's only half as bad if she doesn't.
But I have to tell a story, Charlie, of the very, maybe not the first night I met you, but maybe the second night I met you. You were working with Bob Dylan.
You guys tell that story?
I went, well, because I tell this story every time I tune a guitar, because Sir Bob, I was back there and he said, hey, why don't you play me a song I might have heard?
Oh, that one.
And I
Tell
picked,
the first story.
no, I won't tell him the first story. And then, this is not important. And I picked up the guitar and I was nervous. We had a small audience.
Was this the thing in the garden?
Yeah, the thing at the, we were at Madison Square Garden, backstage at Madison Square Garden, and Bob said, hey, why don't you play me something I might have heard? And I got a little, I picked up, he said, you can play this, he said, do you have a guitar with you? I said, no, I don't. And I'm at your show at Madison Square Garden. I didn't bring a guitar, I wasn't planning on sitting in.
It's funny, when I walked over today with this guitar, I said, I'm going to do it like, in the old days in the village, where you just go to the square. You just carry it. No one had a case. He didn't have a case. I'm like, oh, do you want a case? You don't need a bicycle or a motorcycle or a walk. You just put it on your back.
Anyway,
Bring a guitar.
No,
I brought a piano.
I didn't bring, I brought a piano, but I did not bring a guitar. Anyway, he says, well, play that one over there. So I picked it up and out of nervousness, I adjusted the tuning. And he looked at me and he said, it's in tune. So I hate tuning guitars. I really do. It's even more embarrassing. I played him a song of mine because all I could think of were his songs at the time, and I wasn't going to blame one of his. He said, play me something in C.
Did he say, well, I can play you one of my songs? He goes, okay, but just a verse and a chorus.
Just a verse and a chorus. So
Yeah, he did have a show to do, so to be fair.
yeah, he did. He was busy. It was his idea, though. Anyway, no, it was sweet. It ended very quite sweetly because I played him. All I could think of was my song. It's called John Finch, and it kind of has a hang down your head Tom Dooley kind of thing. And I played it, and he said, "Oh, it's like the Kingston Trio. You ever heard of them?" Yes, I have. And then I wanted to die and be done with it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how about Brady Blaze back there on the... I recently did a whole tour of Sweden with Brady Blaze. That's where he lives. And, oh yeah, it was fantastic. He lives on one of the... Copenhagen. We didn't just do Sweden. We did Scandinavia. I'm sorry. But we did Stockholm, Copenhagen, and Oslo. Yeah. And it was fantastic. And he lives on this gorgeous island where only like ex-CIA live. It's like Maine. There's just ex-CIA and SEALs and whales. And very sweet children who have to ride a boat to school. All right, well, we're gonna do maybe we're gonna do sort of one little what do you call this? A medley. This is a medley. Thank you very much, everybody. My name is Shannon McNally, and this has been a great honor and pleasure to sing for you. I would like to thank Bukka Allen for sitting in earlier on the squeeze box. Charles Sexton, of course. And you've met Brady Blades, and this is Steve Earle's song. So we love you, Steve. So I don't have a favorite Steve song. I like them all. It's impossible to pick. But this one just sort of floated to the top. I don't know how it got there. It just kind of floated to the top. Hey, baby, let your hair hang down. Hey, honey, let your hair hang down. Oh, life's so frail. Hey, honey, put your keep it on.